Recapping my trade of Inovia Pharma, ticker symbol INO. I had played this a few weeks, if not months ago, in December or November, and I like to look back on some of the companies that I've played before just to see how they're doing. And um, the slides are going to be a little jumbled because I decided to start taking screenshots after I had already bought in. So bear with me and let's talk through it. So this is the daily chart. This is why I decided to jump back in, because I had played it before around the $12, $13 mark when it was super close to that 200 moving average on the daily chart. And when I look back on it, so I guess I had played it around, end of November into December. It had dropped back down to under that $10 mark, and that's perfect for the types of tickers that I like to play. And if you look at it, there's that huge gap between that 200 moving average and this consolidated 5, 10, and 20 moving averages. And it had that big green candle prior to when I got in. So if you ignore that last big green candle, I kind of got in under the $10 mark. And the position sizes are going to be a little messed up because I did start buying and selling before I start taking some screenshots to record my history. So let's talk through it. The 26th, I had already sold some. So I had purchased some shares on the 20th and 21st. That was closer to the end of the week. And then I started selling on the following week. So I had held it over the weekend. And let's look at what happened. So my 5-minute chart, sometimes I'll look at the 2-minute chart just to kind of see a little bit more action when I start to see a red candle developing on the 5-minute chart, and looking for some lines of resistance. So if you look at this 5-minute chart, I wasn't sure where I was going to hit, but on that 2-minute chart, saw it was that 5 moving average that I was probably going to hit and then bounce back up. Let's see if that happened. So it did go back up after it developed a red candle, started moving. Let's move through some of these just to see this movement. So still moving up on the 26th. And then let's see. So 27th on pre-market, still moving up. That makes me happy. Moves down on the 5-minute chart. The touches the 200 on that 5-minute chart, and I felt fairly safe doing this because that red dotted line, it looks like there's a line of resistance there too after it had jumped up, and the 200 moving average was above me, so I felt safe. The day opened, popped up, good sign, very happy to see that. And looking at that daily chart, so daily chart, it was definitely moving up, was starting to clear some of the previous red candles. All looking back at it, that green dotted line, I was trying to find my line of resistance. It looks like it was starting to clear. By the afternoon on the 27th, start to come down a little bit on the 2-minute chart, and I'm watching it go back up. So again, comparing my 5-minute to my 2-minute, trying to see where I should feel like I want to get out, but felt fairly safe. Two-minute chart, 5-minute chart, still moving up, makes me happy. Dips, the 5-minute chart dips, but I stay in. And this is pretty much where it ends up. So I guess I was holding my remaining 10 shares here after I sold some. And it gets close to that $13 mark, or I believe it passed that $13 mark. I wasn't sure if it was going to hold it. So this is where I start to see maybe I should take some profits. I was kind of happy with where this green candle was, so I put my final sale at the 1241 mark because it was starting to get, it looked like it was starting to dip down. So on the 5 minute chart. So that's where I want to put my sell order just to catch it before it dropped back all the way down to that 200 moving average. So I know that was quick, a little bit jumbled, but my recap total, I had 45 shares at an average of 9,548 of INO, and I ended up selling all those shares at various prices, but the average was 1051. This was over the span of 5 days. I had purchased it at the end of the week, and then I ended up selling it, finished selling it middle of the following week. So 5 days. My profit was $43.25. And I always try to look back to see if it was a good play. So let's look at the following day after I had finished selling it. Actually, this is the right after I finished selling it. So I sold it on that red candle, but it looked like it popped back up. So there's a 5 minute, the 2 minute. This is where I'm starting to kind of understand where I feel okay holding. So this is teaching me a little bit of where I can hold and where I should get out. Still looking at right after I sold it that following day. This is the daily chart of the following day. So even though I missed out on a little bit more profits on that same day, I was okay. The next day, that big red candle, I avoided it. So I did collect a good amount of profits, which I am happy about. So these are the following days. It continued to go up, actually past the 200 moving average, that big green candle, followed by a big red candle. So it did get to that $19 mark. Kind of sad I missed it, but not terribly sad because I did collect a good amount of profits underneath that 200 moving average. So that's kind of where I'm sitting at, and I'll probably come back and look at it in a few days, maybe play it again. Who knows? We'll see. So yeah, that's pretty much my recap of INO. Thanks for watching.